Hello, Meditation Nation. I'm Alparabo. I'm an integrative lifestyle coach and an integrative yoga therapist. Here with me, I have Jonalyn Cruzada. She's an accountant, real estate agent, as well as one of the leaders in our community. She was recently diagnosed with breast cancer, and I wanted her to share her story of how yoga and mindfulness meditation helped her through her journey of healing through breast cancer. So, Jonalyn, will you share with us when was it that you got diagnosed with breast cancer, and what impact did it have on you when you actually heard about breast cancer?
Well, I was diagnosed in January 2018, and as you can imagine, hearing those words, it's not something you ever want to hear, and when you do, it just turns your world upside down. And that's exactly what it did. It just changed everything that I knew at that moment. My whole life flashed in front of my eyes, and I made a decision that no matter what, I was going to make it and be okay. And I think that was really the change. Like for me, that really was an important step in the diagnosis.
That's amazing. So for last few weeks, I have actually been watching Jonalyn's journey, and she's doing some amazing workouts. You would never even know that she's gone through this horrific experience. So number one, just to hear the words, "you have cancer," is so traumatic. So, in the yoga world, we say yoga and meditation practices helps you heal trauma. That's the number one thing that it does. It helps you sit with your trauma, sit with your anxiety, sit with your depression, everything that's impacted on an emotional level. And then once you learn to sit with it, it starts changing you at a cellular level. And she has a real story of how actually yoga came into her life. So tell me, when you were going through therapy for breast cancer, when and how did you discover yoga?
Well, before I was diagnosed, I was working out six days a week, and that was my life. I really enjoyed high intensity boot camp, Latin cardio, the works, and never really did yoga. But then when I was diagnosed, and as soon as I started my treatment, you become a sick person. Cancer has such a debilitating way. The treatments and the way that going through chemo is just very debilitating. It's, how I was introduced to yoga is someone said, you might want to try at least go to yoga class, and having that part of my schedule, I would actually do it right the day before my chemo treatment is my yoga days.
Perfect.
And that gave me the mindset to be able to put myself in a positive state. I learned how to do my breathing, which also helped as I was going through my chemo treatment. And even though it was just once a week, my treatments would then go on for 16 weeks of now incorporating yoga and meditation and being mindful of where I was at the moment, as much as it wasn't anything that I wanted to spend time with, accepting it and learning that I was going to transcend this.
Yes.
That was very much a part of the healing process, and like you said, it activated something inside of me that I know was working. Because then slowly I was finding myself get that energy back.
Yes. And as she spoke about, there's so many side effects to chemotherapy, right? How do you think the practice of meditation and being mindful and being still helped you deal with chemotherapy?
Me, I went out for the first time ever with my friends, and I caught a sight of myself without any hair in the mirror, and that sent me off to it was like a reality that I can't even imagine myself, and I just lost it. I was in tears. I had to run to the bathroom and gain control of my breathing. And I remember sitting in the stall and just counting the 7, 4, 8. I was doing the 7 inhale, hold for 4, exhale for 8. And slowly, as I was able to gain my breathing, what I was feeling is not what was really happening. The reality of me being in danger, that wasn't what was happening. It was my perception of it. So I had to get myself okay, and I realized that this is very real. And I talked to my oncologist about it. Of course, she suggested that maybe I need to take some medication.
Yes.
And that was not what I wanted to do, because the way I saw it, with all the chemo treatments, the chemo cocktail that I was already getting in, the last thing I needed or wanted to do was add more into my body. So I went inside, and I think part of the meditation, the mindfulness that I remembered learning about is that if we are able to really take control of what's happening, and by not taking the medication, I was able to use meditation instead to really gain control of what was happening and being in the moment, being still, and being okay and forgiving myself through the process.
And there's so much to what she's saying. You know, PTSD is real, anxiety is real, trauma is real. You take this journey and motivate other, and how are you able to now sit with yourself as a survivor?
I'm a survivor, a thriver, and I believe that it is my duty to help others that are going through it now just by sharing my story. I've overcome a lot of the things that cancer took away from me. Now I do feel like I'm in a better place. I'm so much happier, being able to just accept, what is, and learning a lot about the power of gratitude, the power of forgiveness. I've incorporated those into my rituals, my daily routine, if you will, that I think that, those are choices that we make along the way, that we can actually better ourselves. And cancer was a gift. As much as I look at that now, it was a gift that it gave me this opportunity to now be where I'm at in life today. And, as tough as it was to go through during those times, it taught me so much more. And I'm here, and I would love to, if you have any questions about and want to, talk to me some more, your alpha will open up that portal, and hopefully that we'll connect and find a solution so that we can all overcome whatever life throws our way.
And this is just a start. It's just our first video together, and we will be doing many things together because she has an amazing story to share, and I'm so passionate about the healing power of yoga, and I want to bring stories like this. Do you have something that you'd like to share? Has meditation or yoga has had an impact in your life like it has in Jonalyn's life? So go ahead and send me a message and questions for both of us. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, I'm Opa, and this is Jonalyn. Thank you.